Okay, so yesterday didn't go so well. I got myself blocked in relatively quickly compared to the previous day where I'd actually got all the way to the antechamber but couldn't open it. I'm going to go and do this outdoor room again first and just see what the options are. So what we got today? Tomb. Each time you draft a dead end, spread 5 coins in the tomb. Okay. Shelter protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 red rooms drafted. And the root cellar, I've done that one before in the dig spot, so unless I've got a shovel, that's not much use. I'm tempted to do this one for now, just partly because I haven't done it before, but also just to see how it plays out. Just have a look what's down here as well, though. What does it say about it? An underground bunker located away from the main house. This fallout shelter was designed specifically for air raids and features thick walls made from lead and other materials intended to block radiation. A computer terminal within has been connected to the house's network system should an emergency necessitate remote access. Okay, so there's a terminal in here. Interesting. Is there anything else in here? A time lock safe. Right. But it appears to be locked. Okay, remain where you are for now, given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow. We've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. Okay, what is going on? The Red Guard is due tomorrow. So something about disabling the access from this terminal. I mean, there's no sign of anybody having been down here recently. Can I do anything on here? Time lock safe. The shelter's time lock safe can be accessed by setting an unlock date and time. You can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, the time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours. Okay, but what's the... okay, what's the... Is there a way of not... I'd like to... There, okay, I'd just like to back out of that. Because what's the date now? Do I know the date? It's day 9, but I don't remember. Do I have any idea what the actual date is? Okay, that's... So I can set this, but without knowing what the date and time is now, that's not hugely useful, right? Radiation monitor. A measurement of the radiation levels detected in the house and surrounding grounds. These readings are often spiked by the experiments conducted in Mount Holly's laboratory. I haven't come across a laboratory, have I? If the reading is 12 USV, is that a micro or sieverts, isn't it? Is a measure of radiation, some measure anyway, or higher. Emergency protocol will initiate and all doors in the house will automatically unlock. Current levels 0.12. So currently it's very low. But if you do an experiment in the lab that will spike the levels higher, all the doors will unlock. Does that only mean the doors with key cards? Because I don't see how it could automatically unlock doors that are locked with a key. Yeah. Terminal password. I still have no idea what that is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna need to work out what the date is now. There wasn't anything of use on here, was there? No, I mean it talks about tomorrow and so on, but okay. So I need to work out what the date is. Keep an eye out for anything. I mean, maybe I've already read something at some point explaining what the date is. The time I could work out. It's in the morning, right? And it is, yeah, sort of just coming up to 9 o'clock. But without knowing the date, does this say anything? That doesn't help, does it? Okay, nothing I can see that tells me what the date is. Right, anyway, let's get on then. Start with a den, I think. Not usually anything else in here. Yeah, so working out the time is not a problem. Working out what the date is, not so straightforward. Okay, I could put a nook here or the storeroom. Oh, okay, I actually didn't. I was thinking I might do a storeroom, but I've managed to do the nook by mistake. However, that's not a bad choice. That was the other option. Okay. Right, so pantry would get me a load of coins. Or should I just use the spare room for now? I'll tell you what, I'm just going to do this. The spare room, as far as I'm aware, never has anything in it. No. Right, so I've got the pantry again. Although putting the chapel here might make sense, mightn't it? Right. Now normally I would lose coins walking through here, but I shouldn't now have that happen. Okay, nothing useful. Right, so maybe I'll do this door first. Okay, so I could put a bedroom here, or I could do the courtyard. I have done the courtyard before, haven't I? I think. Yes. Aha! We have a shovel. Right. So does that mean yes? Okay. Maybe I should have taken the other thing. Right, okay, so I've got a few coins out of that. Maybe I should have taken the root cellar. But at least I have a shovel now. And a key. Nice. Okay, keep an eye out for things to dig. Right, okay, well let's try and join this bit up first. Okay, so nothing's perfect here. Maybe now I should just use the storeroom here. Collect some more stuff. Coin, key, and a gem. Now, yes, there. This little picture. This must have been here all the time, and I just didn't notice it until yesterday. That's an odd picture. Right. Okay, so do I want to go back or just carry pushing on? Let's carry on because I'm not hugely flush with steps. I should probably do this then, just save something. Right, so oh, the kitchen will have food for sale. Well, I don't have a huge amount of coins, do I? Let's do the parlour. Okay, so what have we got today? The white box does not have a statement. Oh, that is true. The gems are in a box with a statement. So if that is true, that must be false, which means the gems must be in here, right? Yes. Okay. Anything else in here? No. Right, so let's see what we've got in here. Right. Maybe stick the bedroom here and just get a couple of steps back. Might make sense. Okay, so that's new. A black silk sleep mask. The first time you enter each bedroom with the sleep mask, gain 5 steps. Right, that might be useful. And the picture. Nothing else. So yeah, occasionally in this room in particular I've found other items. So I think I need to head back now to the entrance hall. Right, I'm going to start with this side. Okay, the hallway, as often is the case, which really is the best fit here, isn't it? And will give me another key. Right, now I could stick a guest bedroom in this corner actually, couldn't I? That might make sense. Let's do that, get a whole load of steps. and an extra 5. So that's got me all the way back to 45, which is good. Right, that's just the thing about the billiard room, which we know. And I don't think there's anything else here. Okay, so gymnasium would seem to be the best bet, and because I've got this, I think the thing from the shelter should still be protecting me. Yes, sheltered. Yes, it does actually say in the corner, doesn't it? Now, what did it actually say about that? Protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 red rooms drafted. So even if I come back through here, I'm still protected, right? Hopefully. Okay, so don't want to get stuck, so let's stick the kitchen here for now. Okay, I've just got a reroll thing. Was there some reason why I got that? I can't remember now. Okay, what can I buy? Do I want to buy anything? I could buy a banana, although I'm not bad for steps at the moment. So maybe I should just save for coins just for now. Okay. Is there a cat? Yeah, maybe I'll save for coins for now and just remember that this is here. That's this is a plan of the house. E. That's where I am now. That's the space I'm in now. I can... Okay. I can turn the tap on and off, but nothing happens. Is there anything else I can interact with? Can't see anything else. So what is that all about? Okay, so observatory is one option, though West Wing Hall is also a decent option here, I would say. Right, should I just try and see what we can fit in here? Yeah, passageway doesn't fit very well, nor does dark room. Maybe here's a place to put the closet. Let's do that, get some items, see what we've got. Okay, ivory dye. So I've now got 2 of those. I can't entirely remember why I got one when I entered the the kitchen. There was probably... Oh, wait a sec. Blessings of... Oh, of course. Of course. Each time you draft a shop broom, that's what it was. It was the blessing from the shrine yesterday. Okay, that's where that came from. Right. That makes more sense. Okay, so garage has a lot of keys, but this is sort of blocking me in marginally. Let's put the pantry here. Coins and an apple. Have I seen other pictures with playing cards on? I'm sure I have. Who knows if those are of significance. I'm going to make a note of that just in case and start just keeping an eye out for those. Right. Maybe stick the corridor here then. Now, I'm somewhat tempted to head back and try and just do this. Head back to the gymnasium. And maybe now I've got some more coins, I can just buy something in the in here. Let's buy a banana. Get a few steps. Okay. Right, let's see if we can fit something in here. Okay, none of them are perfect, but I'm inclined to put the library here. It will end up with a blocked door in the hallway, but yeah, this is the book that I ordered yesterday. Now this was from now what was her name? Marjorie somebody or other, I think. This was the book she wrote. Swinburne, Marion Marigold, although that wasn't her real name. So who's had this book out? July 2nd, 85 is Herbert. Mrs. Peterson again. Simon, Christmas Eve 85. Mrs. Peterson certainly liked this book. Anne Babbage. Is that Detective? March the 2nd, 87. Right, November the 15th, 93. So that's when I got this book out. So that gives me some idea about dates. What I don't know is when was that relative to now. That's what the picture is. That's what that picture is in the storeroom or wherever it was, whatever it's called. Okay. I am a dare bird, a daring and brave bird, diving so deep bird, a ride on the wave bird. There is not a dare I would not do, there is not a depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open. to the idea that I like the sky less than the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea. That is what they say when looking at me. You are not seabird, you are not swim bird. If you are friend bird, fly in the wind bird. And shouldn't you always listen to friends? For they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. And I dare not smile, and I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me and on my behalf. And I dare not dream, and I dare not speak, for maybe my friends won't like the real me. And I will say goodbye to my dreams and the sea, and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. Okay. Interesting book. Starts off all very nice, but then what is this actually trying to say? What were you trying to say, Marion? Right. So, records. Anything of note? Not really. And the other thing has pictures and notes, doesn't it? I'm intrigued why this image in particular is here. I've not been able to get in there. There's a combination lock or something on this gate. November 5th. So that was right. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. So that's when I was named as the heir. That doesn't help. So that was November the 5th. And then November the 15th was when I took that book out. That's... Oh, of course. No, that's... Now, is that yesterday's date or today's date? Of course. Yes. That's what that's telling me, isn't it? So... So if November the 15th, but is that, what I'm not clear is I requested the book yesterday, but I've got the book today. So is that yesterday's date or today's date? It's one or the other, isn't it? Right. Well, we will look at that later on, but for now, the foundation. Okay. I am tempted with a whole load of these. Does not reset each day. Does that mean that's always going to be here if I... Okay, is that a good plan? The foundation. Because it's not a great room to fit in here, and in fact actually will leave me with only one spot. Yeah, I'm part of me is tempted to do it, but part of me also thinks it's not really a very good space for that with two doors that will get blocked. There's nowhere I can go from there. I would be able to carry on by going around here, but it doesn't feel like it's a great fit. The secret passage would be a better fit. So I think maybe we do that. So the secret passage. I haven't done this one before. A small dead-end room. Dead end in quotes, with an ordinary bookcase that exemplifies that the best means to escape the confinements of our world has always been through books. Right. Is there... So there's a secret passage. Okay, so we've got books of different colours. The Halls of Holly, orange, green thumb, the key to the bedroom, red rover, and gold sink. So the rooms, so these ones are, your normal rooms are blue, right? Bedrooms are this sort of purpley colour. Hallways are this sort of gold. Is that gold? Green. Then we've got green. Shops are that, and then these are red. Okay. So that's okay. So that's hallways. That'll be a hallway. That'll be a green room. That'll be a bedroom. That'll be a red room, and that'll be whatever the others were. I probably don't want, because it's going to put something in here, isn't it? I probably don't want a hallway, because there's a chance that blocks this door up as well, although probably does mean there'll be a way through. Just out of interest, hallways. There's a couple that I don't have. Which ones have I used already? I've got the hallway and the west wing and a corridor. So I've got that one, and that one. So these three, and this one. So these two I haven't got, and then there's two. Okay, so it feels like these two would fit the space. Maybe having something like that actually in the middle, where it would be better slightly further up, wouldn't it? Okay, what are the other options? So red rooms are these ones. Now I've got the chapel already. The dark room has come up. I haven't drafted it, but it has come up. The gymnasium, I've got the gymnasium already, haven't I? Okay, green rooms. These ones feel like they're more likely to have something where I can dig. Okay, I'm... And what were the... So the other ones would be... It's not bedrooms, hallways, shops. That's probably what the gold sink is. It'll be one of these type of rooms. Okay, I'm going to put a hallway there and just see what we get. Okay, so these are my options. Right, okay, so we've got a foyer, we've got the aquarium, or we've got the Great Hall. Great Hall has a lot of... There's all these locked doors, weren't there? Okay, that needs... That'll use all my gems. Hallway doors are always unlocked. If I put that, I've only got the one door going out. Right, although actually I've only got one door going out, I suppose if I do that one as well. Maybe I do this. I could redraw, but I'm going to do that. Have I done... I don't think I've done the foyer before, have I? The grand Baroque hall of Mount Holly is impressive to behold. The ornamented passage is flanked with marble pillars and features bust statues of the more prominent figures of the Sinclair family legacy. Yeah, I haven't done this before. William Epson, Baron Thomas Sinclair, Major Nicholas Key IV. And over here we have Count Isaac Gates, Baron Edwin Sinclair, and J. Ari Yenna. It's the only woman out of all of them. Okay. Should I be making a note of these names? I'm going to make a note of them, just in case. So we've got Lord William Epson, we've got Baron Thomas Sinclair, who is presumably related to Herbert. We've got Major Nicholas Key IV. IV. And who did we have here again? Count Isaac Gates. Right. Baron Edwin Sinclair. And Ari Yenna. I'm trying to think if I've come across that name anywhere before now. It's not ringing any bells, I must say. Okay, so this is my only option from here, right? So let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the billiard room, coat check, or the dining room. Dining room would give me a few more options, so I'm going to put that for now. Do we have anything? Useful? No food yet. No. Okay, well let's head this way for now. Okay, vaults, loads of money. Can't afford to do it. In fact, I can't actually afford either of those, so I'm going to have to stick the utility closet here for now. I could redraw actually. Maybe now's the time to redraw because these are not the most useful. Let's see what we get. Okay, nursery, dark room, or drawing room. I could gamble on the dark room thing without the utility closet. It's I can't see much with that, but let's put the dark room there. Just going to see what I can get here before I go anywhere though. The pool adds locker room, sauna and pump room to today's draft pool. Okay, I've got no gems though. Commissary would let me buy some gems though. And would that goes this way, or buy things, not necessarily gems. Oh, actually I can't afford that one either. Okay, billiard room's the only one of these I can afford. I don't really want to use my redraw at this point, so let's do the billiard room, see what we can get out of this. I'll come back to the dark room if I get the chance to do the utility closet again. I will do so. Right, is there anything here? Right, let's try and do the puzzle here. So where are my instructions again? So we've got 14. Sorry, it's a little bit it's too dark for me to read my instructions. There you go, just had to turn some lights on. Okay, so the one is the division, so it's 14 divided by 7, I think, isn't it then, is what we're doing. So 2, yep. And then we've got, so is it 16 plus 14 divided by 5? There was something about which direction you read these. It was in, where did I read that yesterday? There was something about how, exactly which way you read, which way round you go and so on. But anyway, it seems to make most sense. 16 plus 14 would give me 30, divided by 5 would give me 4. Okay, no, that was wrong then. Okay, so it's that. 14 divided by 7 is 2. That was correct. No, wait a second, it's not. That's why. 4. 16 plus 14 is 30. Divided by 5, it's not 4. 6. Okay, that's better. Oh, right, we've got a lot going on here. Right, so yeah, this is where it gets complicated as to which way round I'm reading this. This one seems more complicated than ones I've had before. So yellow is minus. So let's have a look. So it could be 1. That's a multiplication. Okay, this one's more complicated than most that I've come across. Maybe I should have paid more attention to what that thing said about which way round you read them, because I'm not entirely sure where you start. So last time I clicked on there, so if it was 1 plus 4, 5. Yeah, it's trying to work out. So this here is a division. So we're dividing by 3 at some point. So we've got to end up with the right number for that. So 1 plus 4 plus 3 would be 7. Minus 7, 0. That doesn't work very well. Okay, so it could be 1 times 18 doesn't make much sense, but if we added 4, then I'd get 22. 22, 25 minus 7 would give you 18 divided by 3. I'm not sure that that's... it would give me 6 again. Oh, actually it is. Okay. There we go. It was that. Yeah, I could do with getting the instructions properly for this, I think. Okay, so I can do this room here. Okay, there's a utility closet, so I could fit that here. And then I can turn the lights on in the dark room and see what's there. I'm sort of getting close to running out of rooms, but this one here will just send me in the dark room and then I'll have no idea what I'm doing. And the nursery was a dead end anyway, so, and I can't afford to do it. I could redraw the plans, but I'm going to stick a utility closet here. We can turn the lights on in the dark room. Yeah, see, they're on now, but I think they trip off, don't they? This bit here I still have not worked out. Now I've got a key card, so I don't need that turned off. But I think the lights, if I'm not mistaken, the lights in the dark room trip out when I go in there, don't they? Oh no, they stayed on today. Maybe they do if you haven't done the utility thing. That's probably it. Now, are these all the same? That was the... This is where I need that magnifying glass I had yesterday. Oh, I've just realised I still had the sheltered thing. I didn't even need to do that. I could have done it. Right, didn't think of that. Because I had this shelter, it's the next 3 red rooms that I've only done 1, 2. This was the 3rd one. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I could have come in here anyway and it would have worked. I wouldn't have got the inability to see. Never mind. Okay. This I think is the same as the last time I was here. Yeah, if I had that magnifying glass, maybe that would tell me something. What is that? Okay, it's a battery pack. For some reason it looked a bit like a bomb. Okay, provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. Have I found any battery-powered contraptions? So this picture, that's the same picture, right? But it's just better quality in one of them. In fact, it's the same one multiple times. That's the camera. Why was he making so many copies of that picture? Again, these are all staff, aren't they? Oh, what has he... He's got one of those notes, hasn't he? And who is this? It's not, Herbert. Okay, well, don't see anything else. So I've only got the one door now, haven't I? This one over here. So okay, that's fine. We've got keys. Right. Boudoir would fit. Conference room fits, but not a great fit. Let's go boudoir and see how we do further on. Okay, get some extra steps because I've come in here. Again, a magnifying glass would be useful. Well, I'm not sure it's going to help me with that. No, I mean, I got all sorts of numbers. I don't even know how many digits it needs. Right. Okay, so both of these would put an end to my run. The pool does not, but I don't have a gem. So should I redraw? Probably should. See what we get. Okay, maid's chamber would block things. Conference room's the only one that means I can continue. So I think I'm doing that, even though it does block up that door there. Right, that's just the thing about things being spread around. Now, it was in here I got a safe code once. After meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. Yeah, safe code 9083. But this was a... wasn't there a thing saying that red memos were not true? I think there was. Okay, well... Alright, we're burning through keys a bit here. Okay, we do have some new things though. Oh, I can check an item there. Or I can get a package delivered. Okay, I can't do the rumpus room anyway, which is a shame. I've not had that one before, but I don't have any gems. So, and I'm now out of redraw. So I'm doing one of these two. So I've got some items, haven't I? Would it make sense to check an item? Maybe we'll do that. Let's make this and we'll have a think about what to check. Because what have I got? I've got a battery pack, a key card, the sleeping mask and a shovel. I haven't been keeping an eye out for things to dig actually, have I? Okay, there's a bell. Okay, it does just take me into this. Right, check item and retrieve item. Okay, what do I want to leave? Shovel, sleeping mask, key card, or the battery pack? I don't know what the battery pack's for. Well, I've got no use for the key card now, have I? So let's leave a key card here. You can retrieve this item on any day you have a code check in the house. Okay. Oh, does that mean it's right? So it's not just sort of once, but any time I get that, that'll be an option. Okay, but that is as far as I can go. There was something I was thinking of doing. And I've completely... Oh, it was go back and have a look at the dates, wasn't it? Right, so I need to go back out to the shelter. So I should head back out this way. Just keep an eye out for anything to dig. It feels like surely you only get the things to dig in sort of outdoor rooms though, don't you? Doesn't make any sense to have piles of earth to dig. Oh, I missed those. Oh, unless those... No, they must have been here. They must have been here before. Okay. Right, this way. It's just a book. So what was it then? Yeah, out this way. This way. Right, so let's go and have a look. See if I can just... Oh, I did notice what the time was. Time... Oh, there's a clock there. Okay. So it is coming up to 3:30. Okay, so let's see if we can work this out. Time lock safe. Once unlocked, the time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours, but the date's got to be at least 1 hour into the future. Right, so if the date that I got the book, November the 15th, so it's... Presumably it won't let me do it if I do the wrong thing. So if we do PM, 5 PM, will it let me do that? If I've got the wrong date, then that won't work, will it? Okay, confirmed. November 15th, 5 PM. Okay. Well, I guess that is still locked at the moment. Well, I've got plenty of steps. Let's head back out. It feels like it wouldn't have let me set that date if November the 15th was yesterday. Need to keep an eye out for piles of earth. Can't actually go this way, can I? No, there's nothing there. We don't know if you get piles of earth out here. Okay, 3:45, so I've got an hour to wait. Oh, wait a... Make a wish. Okay, well, I've got lots of coins. I've made a wish. What do I get? No idea. Not seeing any piles of earth at the moment. Still okay for steps. What's a 4-digit code for that? I mean, there's no chance that that's 9083. It seems unlikely. The safe code I got. No. Okay. Just on the off chance. Okay. Let's wander back and see how the time is going on. No, there's nothing down here. So I don't think, it doesn't look like you get just a flower. Don't get places to dig out here, it would appear. Okay, coming up to 4:10. Just check around over here before heading. You really ought to fix that fence. Nothing else over here, was there? No. Okay. Right, well let's head back down. Must be getting on for 4:30 or so now. The computer didn't have a time on it, did it? No. Alright, that's not changed. Okay, I've got enough steps. It's not going to open before 5 o'clock. Let's just go and find a clock and wait. Okay, 4:25, so we've got a little while to wait. Go and check out the view and come back in a short while. Okay, so it's just coming up to 5 o'clock. Let's go and head down and see if we've got the time correct. Aha! So we got a gem. Okay, we've got VII 7. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavourably with me and my father, and I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harboured for these past years, suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. The circulating rumours of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behaviour has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologise for my actions, for I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing, a date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible, and the fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive, safe, and finally 3. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Courtney. Okay. This is getting much deeper than just exploring a house, isn't it? Disappearing people, jewel heists, insurgencies. Yeah. There's more going on here than meets the eye, shall we say. But I'm going to have to come back on another day to find out more. Okay, not a bad attempt today, rather better than yesterday. 4 new rooms, 5 items found, and a prosaic villa.